2 years ago, the nation was stunned by a deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol. Since then, 1,000 people have faced charges in connection with the insurrection, 1 in 10 of them from Florida.
And tonight we hear from a Bay Area man who still defends his actions that day, and an expert on extremism who says that the threat to our democracy has only gotten worse, not better. 8 on Your Side investigator Walt Buteau joins us live in studio.
Stacey and Keith, Jeremy Brown is a former Green Beret who says he stands by the part he played on January 6th. But one expert says that people like Brown are the reason America is not out of the woods since that date.
We are looking for Jeremy Brown.
Jeremy Brown is behind the door of this Tampa home as FBI agents asked to question him in late 2019. Brown, a retired Green Beret featured on this Special Forces poster, claims he was recruited by the feds to infiltrate the Oath Keepers a month before the January 6th Capitol riots. The 48-year-old talked with us from the Pinellas County Jail.
That on the nights that I lie in bed and I cry myself to sleep, I sometimes selfishly think to myself, I could have taken a plea agreement to save myself, because I don't know that the American people even care.
We're here to support Jeremy Brown.
Brown was convicted last month of 6 charges for possession of illegal firearms, 2 grenades, and 1 classified document. He was acquitted of 4 other counts and is appealing the conviction on claims the guns are legal and the grenades and documents were planted during the search of his home. Brown is scheduled to stand trial in Washington on charges he was in a restricted area during the Capitol assault. He is not alone. 940 people involved in the riot have been arrested. 100 are from Florida, 36 are from the Bay Area. And 2 years after the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol, experts who track extremism say people like Jeremy Brown represent a threat to democracy, a threat that may be growing worse, not better. John Lewis is with the George Washington University Program on Extremism.
The grievances that drew this crowd, this violent crowd, even the ones from Florida, to January 6th, to the U.S. Capitol, has not gone away. The threat has, in fact, in the views of many extremism experts, has gotten worse.
Today, President Joe Biden awarded the Presidential Citizens Medal to more than a dozen individuals, including a law enforcement officer who died on the day of the riots and officers who were there and later died by suicide.
So how many of these defendants have actually been convicted?
So the record is pretty good if you go by the numbers. Just over 500 have either pleaded guilty or been convicted, with more than 350 sentenced, and nearly 200 have received jail time as part of their sentence. But keep in mind, some estimates are there were as many as 3,000 in the Capitol, so that theoretically leaves hundreds out there that have not been charged or even caught.
Right, but of those 940 you're talking about, almost more than half
have been convicted, and a small percentage like Brown are fighting it.
All right, thank you, Walt.
Okay.